I I've worked in video games for the past 4 years as an artist, and every day I log into Twitter or X Twitter.com and I see just tons of people announcing that they got laid off, and just like every single day it's another game studio. Today it was while I'm filming this, it was Microsoft and Blizzard laid off 1,900 people, and yesterday it was Riot had 500 layoffs. Some of my mutuals who worked at Riot were laid off. Every day, it's something else. I was laid off from my games job last year. 2023 was pretty bad for game layoffs. And a lot of people have been talking about how 2023 was a great year for games, like as a consumer. And sure, yeah, but it's hard for me to be excited about that when 2023 was one of the worst years for game developers who make those games for you. And so now we're only a month into 2024, and already there have been the amount of layoffs that we're at in 2024, and it's only January, is already half of the amount of layoffs that we had total in 2023. Like, I feel terrible for people. Like, there are people who, like, they have medication that they need, and now they're not going to be on their health insurance. There's people who have a family. There's people who are living in really expensive areas, who people are getting laid off like a month after they just moved to like a really expensive city to live in, thinking, oh yeah, I'm going to have this great job in the games industry. And then they get laid off a month later, like, see ya, bye. Like, what's the point? I get it. I get that, like, a lot of people, it's like their dream job, and like they want to work at like, a studio that they've really loved. Like, oh, I've always loved Nintendo games or Blizzard games or whatever. But it it is a company. Please try to get rid of the idea of there being a dream job for you. Do not dream of labor. I know games are fun to make, and that's what I'm doing in my free time. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm sorry to everyone who is dealing with this right now. Like, this was, I remember it was incredibly hard for me a year ago when I was laid off, and it's like, in some cases, you love your job, you love the people that you work with. Sometimes, like, your job becomes like your identity, sort of, yeah, I am this, I'm a senior concept artist at Riot. I'm a junior, uh, IT, or, I'm an HR person at Blizzard, or, I get that, it it comes with almost like a little bit of like a social status, you know, where it's like, oh, I'm really proud of this title that I have at this company that people love the products of. Um, but like, in my experience, like, I have just kind of let go of all of that. Like, they're all just corporations, and you know, my my value as a human being, as an artist, like, comes from myself and what I think of myself. Honestly, I would say, like, look into jobs in industries outside of the games industry too. Like, if you, if you can, you know, like, it's okay to keep applying for those things too. But, there is so much competition right now for game development jobs. I've been applying. I have 4 years of experience, and, like, I don't know about my own skills, but I would say I'm a decent artist. Um, and I've gotten maybe 2 interviews out of the, like, 300 applications I've sent in the past year. It is really, really difficult right now, and I have friends who have decades of experience and are very successful artists and art directors, and they're still not getting any interviews either. So just know it's not your fault. Don't don't feel bad about yourself or your work. It's like this for everyone right now. Beef up your resume, your portfolio. Do what you can while you're on unemployment, and, look for something that you can do. Um I used to work in research. I have a bachelor's in psychology, and so that's what I was doing before I was doing game development full time. And so I actually um, applied for those types of jobs again, and so I'm working part time at a university as a research assistant. Is it my favorite job? No. Is it what I want to be doing for my career? No. Uh, and I'm hoping, it's just something, while, you know, to pay rent and stuff, and it's not terrible. So, you know, I'm hoping to just get through this and hopefully hopefully in the near future, hopefully something else comes along. Hopefully this all gets better for everyone. Some people are thinking it could take years, and it's gonna suck. It's gonna suck for everyone, and I hope that we can all just be there for each other and just know that you're not the only one dealing with it. What is it called? The IATSE. They're starting some kind of effort to try to unionize games. If you haven't looked into that yet, please, especially if you work or have worked in the games industry, sign up for their uh, newsletter or whatever it is. I'll try to link stuff. But that that's the only thing that I've seen, the only, like, organized effort into unionization, and we really, really need to. Um, so, like, please try to get involved in that kind of stuff, if you haven't already. Um, it's one thing for all of us to just, keep saying, like, yeah, unionize, but, like, it does kind of take some effort on all of our parts to actually accomplish it. If you are affected by these layoffs and this video reaches you, I hope, that you are doing okay. Just get rest and treat yourself nicely. Like, reach out to your friends, your family, and, you know, take some time. There is a grieving process. Like, you are dealing with something that you lost. And so, you know, don't try to cover up those feelings, you know. Also, we need to unionize.